Welcome to Saturday versus Sunday. I'm John Barbin. With me is Jeff Dover. Let's talk football.
We're a couple of average football fans that watch college, the NFL. We hope to earn your like and subscribe today. This is our review of the Seahawks-Rams game. What are your initial thoughts?
That's one of the best performances by two quarterbacks in one game that I've ever seen.
It was so good. This was a great football game. It's rare that offenses look that good, but it still feels like the defenses were playing well. Like it was still a well-executed game. It felt like defensive-wise, but offensively, it was just they're so good. Like the Jaxon Smith-Njigba is a fantastic receiver and really hard to cover, and so's Puka Nacua. Like that was he had a couple of quiet games in a row, and I wasn't sure like if he gets like too much attention, like that he sort of goes away kind of thing. But he had a big game. That was
Nacua?
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and a quiet game for him is still like 90 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in this game, your stars played like your stars.
Yes.
Right? Darnold lit it up. Stafford lit it up. They both went. Okay, so this is how close they were. Stafford goes 22 for 35, 374, 3 TDs, average at 10.7 yards, rating 127.6. Sam Darnold goes 25 for 36, 346, average 9.6 yards, 3 TDs, QBR 127.8. So they're literally have the identical game within 30 yards of each other. It was just they were just put on a master class of quarterbacking. And then on top of that, you've got Jaxon Smith-Njigba, 10 for 153 and a TD. Puka Nacua, 9 for 165 and a TD. So your best players were your best players in this game, like across the board. Kenneth Walker showed up. Blake Corum and Kyren Williams were good in the run. It's just across the board. Everyone, I'm focusing on offense at the moment. They were just your studs were your studs in this game offensively, but also defensively.
Yeah. No, it was amazing. It was amazing to watch. The only thing, I have to give the edge to, excuse me, Sam Darnold just over Stafford, just because I thought at the end Stafford had a chance to win it, and where they weren't able to do it, so like
you mean in the last not in the last 25 seconds. You mean
like I thought they had like sort of 4 shots at the end zone and couldn't get it done. And so I feel like that one was tough. But it was a really good game, and he earned the right to have it in his hands there at the end to try and win it. So it was it was just such a good game.
Yeah. So there was some defensive players that need some love here. Witherspoon. Now he got burned a couple of times, but he's really good. But the one that sticks out to me, and you and I were on this guy from college, Nick Emmanwori.
Oh yeah.
He had 3 pass breakups, 5 tackles. He was just all over the field. So this guy is just like Josh Hamilton, maybe even bigger, but he's got that skill set. He can play safety, linebacker, nickel. You kind of just do whatever you want with him. I bet you if you have to, you could put him at corner. But in a pinch, he's ridiculous. Like he's that everything piece that the only other one that looks just like this is Hamilton, and they're so unique. Like he is going to get paid at the end of this rookie contract.
Yeah, for sure. No, and I think it was either Witherspoon or Woolen maybe, but it was one of them got the pass interference call, and then they went right back to them, and he had an amazing pass deflection. And I'm like, that is what you have to have as a DB. They call it having a short-term memory, right? Because you can't, if you get called on the pass interference, you can't change how you play. Like you can't give more space. You can't, like, you have to keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. And you have to forget that play and then just run the cover like you would normally. And that's exactly what they did. And it was critical, because that was a critical pass deflection they had after that, which is one of the, the key defensive parts of the game.
Both defensive lines were good. The Rams line actually got through more often here. We had 8 tackles for loss and 3 sacks. The Seahawks, interestingly, didn't get through as often, but both defensive lines were good. And it's just there was good players all over the field. This just looked like Super Bowl caliber teams on both sides,
really
playing
did.
at a Super Bowl caliber level.
Especially after the previous game, right? So like the Patriots Broncos game was an ugly game. I mean, it was a blizzard for like 2 of the 4 quarters. We just did a review of that game. Go back and listen to that if you haven't already. But this felt like there was 2 better teams going at it. Like it was really apparent after watching the Patriots Broncos one that these 2 teams were really good. And I'm worried that this has happened in the past before where sort of like the semifinal games are better than the Super Bowl. There was a lot of years there in a row where the Super Bowl was actually a bad game, like a blowouts and stuff. So I'm worried that we got the good game was the Rams-Seattle like semifinal game, and then the Super Bowl is going to be a bit of a blowout or something. I don't know. I hope that doesn't happen.
Coming into this game, the talk was Seattle will have the edge in special teams, but specifically thinking of Rashid Shaheed. But it wasn't him. It was, let me make sure I feel I kind of have to get this right.
Dixon,
it was
the punting guy?
No, Xavier Smith.
Oh, okay.
With the 2 muff punts and the one of them turned
for
over.
the Rams. Yeah. Okay.
So the special teams edge still went to Seahawks, but not because they did anything special, but because the Rams punt returner just could not catch a ball. And that turnover, you could argue, was the difference in the game because it gave them like a 1-play touchdown right afterwards, right?
Yeah. No, and it really sucks for something to come down to that, like just like literally a muffed kick, or it's like, which is different than like throwing an interception or having a ball ripped out of your hands like in a fumble. But it's just he literally just couldn't catch the ball. And I'm just really, and it didn't seem like it was really difficult conditions or, like, but it was 2 fumbles and he lost one of them, but he recovered the other one. So
think about this. In the two playoff games yesterday, it was the LA Seahawks game where there was a muff punt, not the Denver, Denver game. Like it was, are you kidding me? Now half of those punts just went out of bounds. No one even tried to catch them.
Right.
But still, if you thought there'd be, if you just looked at those 2 games, which game do you think a punt returner muffed 2 punts? There's no way you'd pick the Seattle game. There's just no way you'd think it happened in the game with the better weather.
Yeah.
So that guy's got to feel terrible. He just has to feel terrible. And someone who would have felt just as terrible if his team didn't bail him out is Rashid Woolen. That
was ridiculous. That penalty. Is that what you're talking about?
That penalty. That guy. Oh my God. I was thinking, if they don't win this game, he's not getting on the bus. Not Reek Woolen. He's not getting on the bus. He's just but whatever. Just clear out your locker. Like what you can't.
Just starts jawing the other sideline in front of the ref and the lineman. Like it was ridiculous.
4th and 12.
Yeah.
4th and 12. Now I know you could argue that whatever, it's just in the spirit of the game, but don't go out of your way to give the refs a reason to throw the flag. You have to know. It doesn't matter if it feels ticky-tacky or any of that. You know the refs will pull a flag if you do too much of that stuff afterwards. And if you direct it at the sideline, that's a straight up no. I mean, he was approaching a coach too.
Yeah, no, it's right. It's taunting right out of the dictionary. I don't know why anyone could think that wasn't a penalty. And the problem was that he kept going. Like it wasn't like a quick jaw and then walk away. Like it was going up the sideline, not stopping talking. Like, and that was going to be called no matter what. That was ridiculous. It's like because you work and it's just so disappointing in football because football is supposed to help you with like accountability, like as a person. Like my team can't win unless you do your job and I do my job and stuff. This is your whole defense is finally stomped the ramp. The guy with Stafford throwing for over 300 yards, and you finally stop them, which doesn't happen often. And then you ruin it's everyone on defense. Like effort is now ruined because you were felt like you had to talk to someone on the sideline. It was ridiculous.
And think about that sequence. He goes from having an interception that Puka Nacua rips out of his hands. Yeah. So Nacua plays defense there. So he goes from potentially making the play of the game to then making the biggest bonehead mistake of the game. And then they immediately go after him for a touchdown. Yeah. Like right over him. And that what an idiot. Like, I hope he learns now they won, but I hope that felt bad enough. Especially because he also gives up the touchdown right afterwards.
Yeah.
I hope that he goes from almost having the pick to giving up the touchdown because of the penalty. Hopefully he learns his lesson. He's a good player, But that's, you just can't keep doing that stuff.
Yeah, that's what we call a coachable moment.
Yeah.
Right? Where it's like, because you didn't lose the game, but you've got enough ammunition now for, either doing wind sprints or laps after practice or something. Like, because
that's a league-wide coachable moment. That tape
Yes.
is going to be in everybody's locker room saying, look at this, 4th and 12. Look what happened. Like this game could have been sealed. And then this is what you get.
Yeah, no, just
So,
but what a great game. It was. I was also, the other note that I had here, Davante Adams looked like almost old Davante Adams.
Yeah,
like really quick separation, great catches, big catches, like in the game, and so that was awesome. Cody Parkinson, this is the second week in a row we've bet on the tight end to have more receiving yards. We hit that again, so that was fun. So yeah, really great when they've got. I don't recall ever seeing a 3 tight end set that was working so well offensively, running and passing, which
they've been doing it all
awesome.
year.
I know, it's great. It's
and
fantastic.
He just keeps evolving. I think maybe he's led the way. McVay has led the way in adjusting his offense into something different here. I know that the Steelers are doing a lot of multi-tight end sets too. They have that big 300-pound guy too. I think it's partly because they just didn't have any receivers in Pittsburgh, but here, this was completely by design. And think about the receiving weapons they do have, and they still went to a 3 tight end based offense. That, I mean, if they can keep the band together for any length of time here, if Stafford wants to come back, that offense is going to look this good next year. There's no reason to think this offense isn't going to keep just putting points up constantly. It's so good.
No, really high scoring team, and that's why it was a little. I really thought they were going to win at the end. I thought they had a possession there at the end and go down, and that was. But hats off to Seattle. Like, listen, their defense. That's one of those cases where you might have given up this many, however many yards. That was over 400 yards of offense, but like that defense, at the end didn't let them score in the key possession, which allowed them to win the game.
All right, here we go. Here we go again with the points, leaving points on the board. So I need someone to make this make sense to me. I don't understand. So on the second last drive, so in the 4th quarter, it starts with the Seattle punting. Then LA has the ball, and we're kind of running out of time here. The drive that LA has the ball, what do we get down to here? We're down to 4:54, 4:54 remaining. This is where they go for it and don't get it. And it's 27-31. So you're down by 4 points. Obviously, you need a touchdown. Like, a field goal doesn't get you past that or even tie it. What I don't understand is why you don't kick the field goal, move the score to a 1-point game. So you're only down by 1. There's 4 minutes and 54 seconds left. What you're asking your defense to do in this moment is get a stop. Just don't give up a field goal. But even if you do give up a field goal, you still have a chance to now come down the field and tie, at least, right?
Yeah.
But if they get a stop, now all you need to get to field goal range to win the game.
Yeah.
To me, I don't understand. I don't understand the calculus as to why that's not a strategy. Why do you have to go for the touchdown with 5 minutes left when all it speaks to me is you don't believe your defense can get a stop. Like, you're basically telling your defense, I don't think you guys can do this. Like, we need to go up by a touchdown here because I don't think you guys can stop them from getting a field goal. And that's what I think.
Yeah, and I felt the same way as you. I think that, like, on paper, when you look at it, it's like 4 points. And I'm like, well, of course they have to go for the touchdown because the field goal is not going to do it. But the key thing is what you said, is that you're asking your defense. The defense is going to have to come up with a stop no matter what. Okay.
Yes.
Let's say you get a touchdown, you're up by 3. Seattle can just get a field goal to tie it. So you're asking your defense to stop them. If you kick a field goal, you're down by 1. You're asking your defense to stop them because if you get the ball back, you only really need a field goal to win now. Is that right? Like or if you go for it and don't get it, now you have to get your defense to stop them because you're, so all those scenarios comes down to a defense stop, no more points. Seattle can't score any more points in all those scenarios.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I know that, I guess if you get the touchdown, no, you're down by 4. No, it's still, you need them to stop them from getting a field goal to at minimum tie the game, right?
Yeah.
If you kick the field goal. So there's no way around this. I just don't get, get why
I think that if I had to take their side for a second, it was on the 6-yard line, right? So it's on Seattle's 6-yard line.
Was
So
it that close?
and so they're close, and so they think the chance of getting a touchdown versus field goal and a stop, they feel like is better. Like that has to be what the thought process is. But I mean, it's, I'm with you. It's the either way they're gonna you have to stop them again, right?
Well,
So
the bottom line is the way the game turned out, they did get the ball back,
yeah,
and it would have been a lot nicer if all they needed was a field goal
yes.
versus having to get all the way to the end zone. I mean, yeah.
And it wouldn't have changed what Seattle did on offense when they had it. Like they were just going to try and keep the ball away anyway. So like
they were going to try to burn the clock, be somewhat conservative, but work their way down the field, burn as much clock as they can.
Which is what they were doing anyway. So it wouldn't change their game plan.
It just, I don't get it. Maybe someone in the comments can explain why my theory of kicking the field goal, then getting a stop, then kick a field goal to win. What's wrong? I don't understand how that's a worse outcome, because in all cases you still need to stop them. Like, I don't know. So that again, that both games there was a field goal not taken that I thought totally affected the game. But in this one, it's, maybe it was just inevitable. I don't know. It just, the way that game was going, the way that the momentum kept going back and forth, I wouldn't have been surprised if they kicked the field goal, got a stop, came down, kick a field goal and win. It wouldn't have been out of surprising to see that exact scenario happen. It's not like it was inevitable that Seattle was going to win. They were just trading punches all game long.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do
you? No,
I
mean, I really thought that it was. I was surprised when LA didn't score there, like because they had so many shots at the end, especially because throwing to the tight ends or Williams running or catching something out of the backfield, I think was good. Corum had an amazing stretch there in a bit. Like he had 9 carries for 55 yards, which was awesome. And so it's just, there was just Seattle's defense was too good at that end and just stopped them from scoring. And that was really the difference there. It's crazy in a 27-31 game. There was how many points were scored in the fourth quarter? There was,
I don't know.
It looked like there was none, but that can't be right. No, I guess not.
No, it just says none. So it's just,
that's
I don't
crazy.
know. I don't know. I'll never understand it. To me, it's take the points. Just always take the points. So what do you think of Seattle's chances in the Super Bowl here?
Really good. I think Seattle would be open as being favored. I think the way that people keep waiting for Darnold to look like last year, where at like turnovers or something, but it really feels like he's past that. And what really helps that Kenneth Walker is an absolute monster. Like he looks so big and so fast right now. He can catch the ball and run with the ball, that provides such a warm blanket for a QB that you can just hand off. Like it's not all on his shoulders. It can be like he threw for 346 yards and 3 touchdowns. It was amazing, but like they've got a really good defense and a really good run game. And then that allows you to, you can be special if you need to, but like they don't have to.
Yeah. And on that note, last week against the 49ers, you could say that, that was a hobbled team. And like for Darnold specifically to exercise the demons of, is he just going to fall apart in the playoffs like last year? Like great regular season, but okay, fine. But you get to the playoffs and that all the wheels come off. And then against the Niners, you're like, okay, but you're playing against that's not a legitimate team really to test. Like, do you really have it? I mean, you open the game with the kickoff return and then that was already a wrap. So here you play against one of the best, I think the best offense in the league. And you basically outduel them.
Yep.
And with no mistakes. That's outstanding. He was just completely outstanding. So I think whether or not they win the Super Bowl, I almost think it doesn't even matter what the Super Bowl looks like. I think this is enough. Like this game against that team on that stage, whether or not he pays attention to like the media, like I know you're watching this, but you know what I mean? Like whether or not he pays attention to that, just internally, he's like, I got to win a big one here. Like I got to get over this game.
No. And I think Seattle could win a rock fight or they can win a shootout. And they're built to do both. Their defense is really good. Like this, I could see this being a drubbing. Like I could see Seattle just killing them too. So, but I hope it isn't, but like it's
I don't know, man. The Patriots defensive front
it's really
is
good.
legit.
But I mean,
It's
I think
legit.
and I think the Rams, like, I think that they've played some good. Well, they've been hobbled a little bit, like you said, but I don't know. I think Seattle's going to be really hard to beat.
They look like it. I mean, they're opening here as a 4.5-point favorite.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yeah. So I wonder if that moves.
Sounds about right. Well, it's crazy how much the New England Broncos game moved. Like that one went up to 4.5, then like down to like 2.5, then 3.5. Like that's pretty crazy to move that much for that kind of a game. But
I don't like 4.5. I'd take him at 4.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good one. This is a rematch, right? It's a rematch of.
I think so.
Yeah, of course it is.
Well,
Brady,
that's right. Yeah, that was
that's
the not giving it to beast mode at the end.
Yeah, I think I already saw someone say, "Oh, it's going to Kenneth Walker on the goal line," right? Something like that. You know what, though? I saw a thing with all the interviewing all different coaches, and they said that's the correct read. Like the way the defense was presenting.
Yes.
And everyone easily forgets that beast mode was stopped 2 or 3 times on short yardage that game.
Yeah. No, and that was an amazing play by the defender to jump the route, essentially.
The rookie too.
Yeah, and because it was like you said, it was with this personnel, we go with the passing thing, and that's what it was, right? So yeah, but that's one of those things you look. It kind of reminds me of like when a baseball pitchers get the 7th inning and they're like, should we take him out now or should we leave him in? It's like, well, analytics say we should take him out, but it's like, but he looks really good right now. And it's one of those things like if beast mode if you're going to get stopped with him carrying the ball, like that'd be the way I'd want to lose as opposed to, do you know what I mean? So like, but
it's such a 1 in a million play.
Yeah.
Like that was going to hit. That play was open, and if that guy didn't jump it's a 1 in a million play. And from a matchup standpoint, you're like, that's the rookie.
Yeah,
like we're picking on the one guy with the least experience in this game, and he made the play of his life. He's never going to make a play any bigger than that. So it's like, look at what are the odds that you call the play, you got the matchup you want, you got the rookie. The only way this doesn't work is if the rookie jumps the route, and he does.
Yeah, and that was that's his Super Bowl MVP was Brady, I think, and he got like a truck or something as part of the thing, and he gave the truck to the guy that did the interception.
Yeah,
so
he deserved that with the back of the truck full of money. All right. Well, I think it should be a good Super Bowl. Drake May was second youngest after Marino to make it to a Super Bowl. I think something like that.
And listen, he was like second in MVP voting, or probably will be like after Stafford. So
no, I wouldn't count him out, especially with Vrabel coaching that team. He's been here enough as a player that he knows what it feels like, and I'm sure. And not to discount McDonald, I think McDonald's a great coach too. I think that's got to be Coach of the Year, no? McDonald.
Yeah, probably.
But Vrabel, well, how can it not? Either of these guys, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, Vrabel, there's just no way they're going to show up getting ahead of themselves. There's just no way he's going to let them be anything other than totally prepared. I mean, I'm assuming McDonald will too. It's just the only thing, if I were going to give a coaching advantage, is he knows what it feels like. He's been there. He knows like how Super Bowl week should feel. Has McDonald been an assistant on any Super Bowl teams?
I'm
Maybe.
not sure.
Either way, Vrabel's been there enough that I think he's going to have a good sense of like to have these guys, have them ready as young as some of their key players are on the.
Yeah, I think that's the one thing. If the Rams were going to play New England, like that would be probably an advantage because so many of the Rams have been to like on big games before.
Recently,
this really does feel like no one in Seattle or the Patriot, like this is sort of new for both of them. It feels like, at least for most of the personnel. So
yeah, it would be interesting to look through the personnel and see who's been. I guess Milton Williams just won the Super Bowl with the Eagles last year, right?
Okay.
On the Patriots. So there's some. Yeah. I don't know. We'd have to go player by player and review who has Super Bowl experience. It's not a lot, but
not the QBs.
It's not the QBs. It's whoever wins it. It's just going to be so cool seeing somebody new.
Mm-hmm.
Not the new jerseys, but totally new players there.
Yeah.
So it'll be a good one. All right. You got anything else?
Nope.
All right. Well, thanks for checking out our video. Thanks for sticking around to the end. If you like what we have going on and you'd like to support us, like and a subscribe would go a long way, and we'd really appreciate it. So for Jeff Dover, I'm John Barbin, and that's your Saturday versus Sunday podcast.